is Runway, unlimited membership. Worth it. Today we are going to be talking about this platform because I have not found many videos about this, and precisely I acquired this membership, as you see here, for 1 month only, and I want to try it. And in fact I recommend this that you try it monthly, yes. Obviously the price increases compared to the year, but clearly when you complete a year or by a year there is no turning back if you have to use the full year and invest the amount of money corresponding to a year, because I chose this membership because, as you see, all the others, the ones in the back, the basic, the standard or the pro, are by credits. They are all by credits, which does not mean that the unlimited one does not have credits. It also has credits, only that it has an option to convert it into something unlimited without any problem. But let's see it in detail and what this works specifically for. And right here it even tells us within the description that we will have unlimited access to frames. I'll show you what frames are later on. Then we will have unlimited generations for the different versions that we have of this platform. And then we have credits also, as I was saying, and in this case, we have 2,250 credits. And if we want, we can buy more. Now we're going to come here to the start platform, and I'm going to show you what this refers to when you click, for example, on generate video on the left side, and you're going to generate a video from scratch. You have the option to use all these options that appear here, and if you notice up on the right, it appears unlimited, but really when you just buy this membership and you click here, it will appear unlimited, but it will actually appear like this with a number of credits that in this case would be 2,250. Only a few more appear to me. This will show up here and tell you how much you can generate with that amount of credits. The difference is that with this amount of credits, in theory, the development of the images will be much faster. For example, if I put anything here, literally, in just a few seconds my image will be ready. But if I switch to Explorer mode, which is this one over here, I'll be able to make as many generations as I want, and I'm going to show you. For example, here I'm just going to put something normal, kids playing in a park. Honestly, I don't want to make a super long sentence with a lot of details. I just want to generate the image. Now, if I want to generate an image or a video, in this case from scratch, I definitely have to use the alpha option. With this one I can do it. But if I want to use the turbo option only, I can do it with a base image. Let's say here it tells me that I can't do that and that I need to change the version. So I would have to switch it here and hit generate, and here it automatically starts generating. Notice that we're in the unlimited version, so it depends on the time they want to allocate based on the needs of the people using the platform at that moment. This really varies a lot depending on the time of day. There are times when it takes a long time, like 5, 10, or even 15 minutes, while there are other times of the day when it might just take about 20 or 30 seconds. Now we're going to take this same phrase, and what I'm going to do is generate an image to use that image as a base for the video, now using the turbo version. Then I'm going to give it generate. Here it also starts to get into the queue, and we have to wait for it to be generated. And in the meantime, we can wait for this from here. And at the same time, we can have two things generating when we're using the alpha version. When we're using the turbo version, we can have like 3 or 4 things generating at the same time. In fact, let's do a test right here. Look, if I want to generate with alpha at the same time, and I try to do it, it says I can't, and for that, I would need credits. I could switch to the other mode. Look, it already generated images of kids playing in the park. I have that right here, and it enables it right away. So I can go back and generate another video with kids, and I can hit generate, and you can see it goes into the queue. If I hit generate again, notice that in this case, it doesn't add more videos to the queue. It just keeps 2 because one is being generated and the other one is right here. But everything changes when, for example, I want to use these images over here. Let's pick this one. All I have to do is click on that camera icon that appears there, and it automatically goes to the left side. So here I can choose between alpha and turbo directly. It's the same. I'm just going to keep the same phrase and leave this as it is, and I'm going to hit generate. And in turbo, look, it generates at the same time as in alpha, so I can have several going at once. The only difference is that in alpha, I can have 2 at the same time, and in turbo, I can have 3 or 4 at the same time. Check this out. Let's check out this first one over here. It just generated it, so I'm gonna hit play, and well, it generated a random video. And well, there we have it, a little strange. There are kids flying everywhere, but anyway, now we have the images here, and here we have the videos being exported. One difference is that in alpha turbo it generates much faster, but with lower quality than with alpha, or at least that's what people say. But personally, the alpha turbo has worked too well for me, even much better than the alpha. And in fact, we're going to do the same test because we're going to use now alpha. This is exactly the same. With the same image, we are going to generate the same thing, only that, as this phrase is sent here, another video will be generated. Just like this one, I have to wait for it to finish generating before I can send another one, and we already have that. So look, this is the video that was generated with alpha, which is a bit weird. There are kids flying all over the place, but anyway, now we're going to compare these two. Now we're going to generate a new image and a new video here with the same phrase so it can generate between these two. We generated this one with Alpha Turbo, and as you can see, it takes a little longer. I'm going to generate another one with Alpha Turbo. Almost at the same time, just to show you the big difference. Let's wait here. Keep in mind that it started a little earlier. It's already at 10%. This is an alpha. The one above, and look at the Alpha Turbo one. Let's wait a few moments. Because usually the Alpha Turbo starts, and once it does, it loads super fast. And when I say fast, I mean really fast. Look, it's already started. Here we are at 32. Look how it's starting to rise. Look how long it took. Look, it's already surpassed the alpha. So that's the big difference between these two. In theory, it's because the alpha is going to have more quality than the Alpha Turbo, but we'll have to see. Let's wait a moment for it to finish loading. In the meantime, let's look at the previous version that it gave us. Well, it doesn't look that bad. It's a little weird, distorted, but okay, let's leave it. So maybe I didn't give him too many instructions either, so that has to be taken into account. Now, let's wait to see these two generate over here. Look, Alpha Turbo started later, and it's already done, while the Alpha 1 is still generating. Let's wait, perfect. It's generated over here, and we're going to make a comparison between these two, which were generated practically at the same time, so let's hit play. This is supposed to be the best one. I see a problem in the arm here. Look at what happened to the hand. See what happened over here. The kid, in theory, has his head on backwards. It's odd. Now let's go to the Alpha Turbo one. Look, I mean, obviously it's not the best. Look, the direction of the head changed. But in comparison, I think that. Well, I was saying at the beginning, because in the end, it's a bit strange compared to this one over here. But hey, if you notice, the quality in terms of the image doesn't change much. Pretty much the same. And now what I want to show you is that we did all of this in unlimited. And if we look here, we see that we have the same amount of credits. I mean, it didn't consume anything from me. What it consumes. This is what I was telling you about when you choose Explorer. You can only generate a few images at a time, and it's going to censor you. So let's say if I put alpha here and send several to generate, we wait for it to generate, and I'm going to generate, and I'm going to go. Generate. Look, it stops me and says change the in credit mode. So I'm going to give it credits here, and theoretically, I should be able to do this, but I'm not going to do it because I don't want to spend my credits, and as you can see here, it lets me generate too. Now, if I switch to turbo mode, I'm going to hit generate. I'm going to hit generate. I'm going to hit generate. There are times when it limits me. I don't know why it's not limiting me at this moment. Look, it let me send too many users. Look, here it put a limit on me, but generally it is 3 to 4 videos that I can generate. Now, do you remember that here in the price it also says that we have unlimited access? Well, first, we have unlimited access to image generation, which are these over here. We have just tested this, and indeed, we do have unlimited access. In a way, because we don't have all the images at the same time, but they limit the number of images we can generate. Now, when we talk about frames, it means 2. Image generation. It's also completely limited. Look, when you click on image here, it says frames and you can generate as many images as you want. So you can put different styles on it and generate it as well. And it works the same way. It's going to limit the number of images you generate at the same time, but it won't cost you any credits. So that's why this option is called that way. Now, if you want to generate too many, then you have to put. The credits mode makes the difference in quality. Really. I've tried credits versus unlimited generation, and it's practically the same. Spending credits won't give you better results. It's almost the same. For me, this is worth it. If you're going to get Runway, avoid standard and pro versions. They're credit-based. Compared to all the other memberships, this one is the most worthwhile. I recommend that if you are going to purchase Runway, do not buy standard and do not buy the pro version, because these are credit-based. And literally, with just 10 or 15 videos or images, those credits are going to run out. I mean, don't do it because you're just going to waste your money, no matter what. After getting these memberships, you're going to want to switch to the unlimited membership. Now, in terms of quality, you've seen what he delivered to us. The truth is that I don't think the results are the best possible. But, well, we'll have to keep testing anyway. I also didn't add a lot of details. That's also a problem if you're making that mistake. And note that depending on the number of videos you generate, you may get different results for the same phrase. And that is something that is appreciated in unlimited because obviously, if you pay for a standard or pro membership, you can only generate a few accounts and you have to stick with the result that the page gives you. Whereas with unlimited, I can just keep generating and generating until I get a result that I like more than the others. So look, this one seems to look a little bit better compared to the previous ones. It looks a little bit more realistic, even. So okay. And so I can continue looking at all the other options that I did here in this program. Well, there it is, and I can keep looking over and over again. So well, it's like a personal recommendation that I give you the truth, that compared to all the others, this is the best. If you're not going to pay, I recommend this one. You might want to look for some other alternatives for generating videos or images, because otherwise, it's going to get really expensive, way too expensive.